Hey guys, Mr. Rysz here. So I'm going to make this video to help you guys out with the intro to Python activities. As you guys can see throughout this whole lesson, I will just make videos to help you guys out with each exercise. I might just break the exercises up into several chunks because some of them are super short. I'll just make a slightly longer video instead of having like a whole bunch of 2-minute videos. So we're going to go ahead and start right onto this. Now, just to let you guys know, anytime we're in Python, it might not be a bad idea to go ahead and look at this like Python cheat sheet. This will help you guys out if you have any problems understanding like how to do the commands. Hey, class is about to start, or how to do anything like that. So that's always kind of good to look back at. It's a good. Here's actually this poster's really good of just doing a really shorthand version of everything that you guys need to know. Okay, so let's get this started with exercise 1. Now, I try to go ahead and link everything to Ripple. So you want to make sure that you guys have your Ripple account set up and it's logged in. You guys can see on mine right here, I'm not in Ripple, and so I would have to open it. So actually, I'm just going to do that. Click on it, and it should work fine for you. Now, I'm in a preview mode because I'm the teacher, but you guys would get the same thing. So what we're going to do first is read through this and making sure we understand this. So if we want to talk about comments here, the hashtag is a comment. So if I put like hashtag like, hey, what's up? Nothing, this won't run and it won't do anything. So this hashtag, actually, the quotation, that shouldn't mess up. Shouldn't do anything. I don't know why it's even calling a syntax error. Maybe the X, but hashtags, what they will do is use to like block out any command. So you use hashtags a lot for what's known as pseudocode. So if you ever want to describe how something is done, or if we just want to put a hashtag and then we'll put our name, when we run this, that line of code won't work. Yeah, it's saying there's an error because there's nothing else going on. Okay, so next let's talk about the print command. So the print command is used to show something in the display. So if I print like print, and then what we have to do is type it as a string. Now a string can use double quotations or single quotations. They mean the same thing. You just can't start with the single and end with the double, or vice versa. So I'm going to do print hello world, and if I run this command, we will see down here at the bottom we get a hello world. I'm also getting an error here, so I'm going to get rid of this hashtag. Let's see if I run that again. Okay, I get hello world, and we get a return of none. Oh, because we're running in a different Python. Interesting. Maybe. Okay. Next, if we want to go ahead and if I didn't use the quotations, if I just print hello world, we actually get an error because every string has to be in quotations, and that's the way the computer knows that's something that's a string and not other known as a variable. So your first assignment is to print hello world, it is sunny today 3 times. So an easy way to do that, 2 different ways. We can do print hello world, it is sunny today. And then we could just highlight it all, Control C for copy, Control V for paste. If I run this, it says hello world, it is sunny today, and it returns none because we're actually running in an old Python, which will be fine for us. Now, another way we could cheat is if you just do it once, and this is a method of the print command. If you do ×3 at the end, it types it out 3 times all at once. So there you go. When you guys get done with that, just click submit, and that will be good. Okay, next, Python. We'll go on to exercise 2. All right, and I'm just going to open this in Ripple to make a larger screen. Okay, so we're going to look at the input command. So we got a command here that says name input, what is your name, age equals input, what is your age. And let's just run through this so you guys can see what this looks like. So if I click run here, not really working. All right, sorry, there was a delay there. All right, so we get a question up here that says, input, what is your name? And I'm gonna type in Justin. You can type in your name. And I press enter, then it moves on and asks me for another thing, age, or input your age. Don't tell anybody, but I am 34. So then we get a print command here, and you can see this print command saves the variables as name and age. And then we also have a separated print statement here. Print my name is comma name, and I am comma age years old. So what this is doing, this input statement here, we have to make sure we understand kind of two key parts to it is, whenever you use an input, you first save it as a variable name. So you can call that variable name no matter, anything you want, but okay, we call this name. So if I run this program again, input name, if I type in anything for name, like Bowie, and age 3, it's going to save the word Bowie as the variable name, and it's going to save the number 3, or actually the word 3, as the variable age. And so when we get to step 5 here, remember step 4 is commented out, so we won't have to worry about it. Step 4 prints the name Bowie, and then the age 3, and now we have a statement here. So your assignment here is to go ahead and make a program where the person inputs their nickname, shoe size, and birth location, and then the computer prints out a sequence or sentence of the person's nickname, shoe size, and birth. Okay, so let's we can use those as examples. Let's go through. So if I want to ask the person what their nickname is, I'm going to first make sure I have that variable saved. I'll say nickname equals input. What is your nickname? And I like to always end with a space, because if you don't end with the space, the person will be typing right next to the question mark. Next, I need to ask them what their shoe size. So I'm going to just call it shoe size. You can really call this anything. You can call it X, Y, Z, whatever you want. But it's just easier to use the names. What is your shoe size? And then, okay, next we got birth location. So I'm just going to call it BL here, call it short. Input, where were you born? All right, so then if I just run this, it's going to say, what's your nickname? I'll put Rysz. What's your shoe size? 12. Where were you born? Toledo, Ohio. But nothing's done because we didn't say to do anything. We just asked the person to gather that information. We haven't told it to do anything. So the last step is to print this off. Print. Oh, no, got to be lowercase. All right. And I'm going to make a statement here. So I can just do, okay, your nickname is, comma. And now if I just do nickname without the quotations, this will get the answer from whatever they typed in here. And then I'm going to put, and your shoe size is, comma, shoe size. And you were born in BL. There we go. So now if I run this, okay, where are we getting error? Line 60, okay. Don't worry about that. That's an error module. That's nothing for you guys to worry about. What's your nickname? Rysz, 12, were born Toledo, Ohio. Your nickname is Rysz, your shoe size is 12, and you're born in Toledo, Ohio. You might notice some things with the spacing that's going on, but that's totally fine. That's just nitpicking stuff, but here we go. All right, we're going to do exercise 3, and that's all we're going to end with today. We're going to keep this nice and simple. Don't forget to submit these assignments when you get done, because I will check those on Ripple to make sure that you guys got those turned in and right. And as long as you're logged into Ripple, these will save your answers. All right, exercise 3. Oh, I'm going to have to pause this and, oh wait. Yep, I'm going to pause this video real quick. Oh. Okay, just noticed that I had the wrong Ripple link to this exercise, so I fixed that before you guys got started with it. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to write a program. So let's open this one up, take a look at this one, this activity first, and then we'll do the answer. So what we have here is integers, the difference between integers and strings. So if we just run this, you can see our first line of code, it says number input, please tell me a number. So I can type in any number here. So I'm going to type in 15. Now, here we go. We got a hashtag, so this won't work. It says the code won't work unless you remove the hashtag from the first line. So I'm going to leave this in and we'll see what happens. So we're going to ignore this line of code here because it's hashtag. And then it says number equals number plus 5. So if you think about it logically, we're going to make the number that we asked them equal what the number was before plus 5. And then we'd print the number. So if I have 15 in here, this should make this become, well, what's 15 plus 5? That'd be 20, and so I should get that printed off. So I'm going to press enter now, and we get an error. Now the error is because, and it says right here, you can only concatenate strings, not integers, to strings. So the problem is when we type in or get an input from somebody, that input is saved as a string. Now what a string is, if you think about it, strings are words. Integers are numbers. You can't add words together. So we can't take, well, you kind of can add words together. It's called concatenating, but we can't take the word 5 and add it to the number 5. We have to make them both numbers. So what I'm going to do now is edit this code. I'm going to get rid of the hashtag. So now we're going to run this code again. So please tell me a number 15. What we're going to do next is take that number and do this integer of the number, meaning if number is a word already, but a word that can be turned into a number, we're going to make it a number. And then we're going to save that as number. Then what we're going to do is make that number be added plus 5. So I have 15. I run it. What happens is that 15 that we typed in was a word. The word gets turned into a number here in step 5. And then in step 7, it gets added 5 to it. So 15 plus 5 is 20. And we show that answer. So when we can do other math operations here, we just have to make sure we know the symbols. Plus sign and minus signs are pretty straightforward. A slash is for division. An asterisk is multiplication, and a double asterisk is exponential. So if we want to square something. Graders or less thans are fine. They're pretty normal here. So one thing to do here is just kind of test some things out here. If I go ahead and copy this line of code in here, copy, and paste this in here. Let's just make sure you understand what would happen here. So here's an experiment. If I have a equals 15, a equals 10, a equals 12, print a, what should be printed out here? It's 12, because you will always print the latest version of that statement. Okay. Next, let's do this one. Let's copy this one, copy and paste. Okay, so let's see if we understand the rules here. So if I have a equals 5, print a equals a asterisk 2, print a. So think about this, maybe pause the video. What should happen here? So let's think about it. Let's test it out now and run and see. We get 2 answers here of 5 and 10. Now let's see, make sure that makes sense. Hey, how's it going? First we have print a, or I have a equals 5, and then line 2 says print a. So that's why we have the first 5. And then step 3 here, a equals a times 2. Well, 5 times 2 is 10. We're going to now print that answer off. There we go. Okay. So what we want to do here is to write a program where we ask the user for their age and shoe size as integers, and then output the product means multiply, of their age and shoe size. So let's combine things what we know. First thing, how do we ask somebody for something? We do an input. So we're going to say age equals input. We got to put in quotations, what is your age? Then we also need to ask them for their shoe size. So I'm going to just call this SS equals input. What is your shoe size? Oh, size, shoe size. Okay. Now, if I just try to multiply those two together, they won't work out, because whenever you get an input, it saves it automatically as a string. So we have to change these to integers. So age equals int of age, meaning we're going to take what we got before, we're going to convert that into an integer, and ss equals integer of ss, meaning we're going to take their shoe size and turn it into an integer. So then lastly, what we need to do is to print off the product of their two age. So we're going to do print age and then time ss. And so let's test this out, run. So if I say, what is your age? 34. What's your shoe size? 12. I get 408. That seems about right. I'm going to run this again just to double check some math. So if I don't know, if you are 16 and you wear a size 10, I can do that math real quickly in my head. That should be 160. So it's always good to test some things out, make sure they make sense. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky. If I was 15 and I have a 10.5, we have a problem here. So this introduces a concept that we'll get into more detail, but 10.5 is not an integer. If you know anything about math, integers are whole numbers. So 10.5 is not a whole number, and there's no way we can change it. So what we're going to have to do here is to make shoe size not an integer, but what's known as a float. A float is decimal. So if we run this now, what's your age? 15. You got a 10.5. There we go. There's the answer there. Now, this would still work too if you have like 34 and 12, both integers. We just get a little bit decimal at the end. All right, so hopefully that helps you guys out. Make sure everything's good. We're going to end this video here, and we'll do part 4 in a separate video. You guys have a great day. We'll see you next time.